Welcome to the HoHo Show, rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airways and strap in as we defend the Constitution. Because freedom matters.
We are broadcasting live from the cottage studio. So welcome to the HoHo Show. And as always, I am your host, HoHo. So yeah. And I am joined in studio by none other than Ray. How you doing today, sir? Oh, wait, hold on.
Dang it. You do that to me often, you know that.
I was quick on this one though. I mean, it didn't take me long to be like,
oh crap.
I forgot to unmute. That's just before, and I tried to get it before you started talking. It just that didn't work. And I got you, I got you framed up with
the president.
Yep. Yeah, the bad orange man, and then Mr. Sloth. I don't even know what his name is. He needs a name. He needs a name.
Well, maybe let the viewers name him tonight. If they got any good names, just type it in and send it to you.
Right. Put that in the chat, and we do have the phone line open and going, and all that other kind of good jazzy stuff. And that number is 217-965-6133 if you'd like to call in and be part of the madness. And so it's been a while since I've done a show. It's like almost a month. Things have been kind of crazy, work and other things, and I mean I've been pretty well out for like 3 weeks straight almost. I'm tired. I'm so tired. So tired. And so we've got some stuff to talk about. I mean, since it's been like a month, we've got, of course the impeachment gate is over, which is awesome. So now we have another, 3+ years worth of President Trump, which is amazing. And that's an absolute lie, by the way. Just because they failed to impeach him doesn't extend his presidency, which was awesome. I love that meme on Facebook. It's like, oh, this is how it is. That's horrible. Holy crap. And Sam over there in Facebook land, hello, how are you? Good to see you over there. And yeah, I gotta, and I did make another promo for y'all's listening pleasures. I actually have I've got several of those things that are like in the pot boiling, and I did forget a very important line in that promo that I did, but it's okay. I mean, it'll work without it. It'll be fine. Yeah. So it was good. You guys are going to enjoy that. And, also I'm going to be bringing back another one that, since with the craziness and the hysteria from the coronavirus, which we are going to be talking about, it's just one of those things. And I got some facts and digits I'm going to be sharing with you guys about this, things that are very important, because it's not just one aspect that the fear mongering left or seem to be having their hands in. It's other things that are important to note too. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm just kind of seeing if this is, it's working there too.
So you're feeling fine today?
I am, dude. I'm feeling good. That was good, right? You like that?
Yeah.
That was funny? Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Yeah. Burying your hand in your shirt. So I had a first happen to me, actually. Did you hear that?
They're coming.
That was like a bass boom or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like a boom. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I definitely heard that. I don't know what the heck that was. That like totally put a pause to the whole thing. Like,
here comes the tanks.
What was that? I don't know what that was. But anyway, I had it first happen to me. A few weeks back, I was heading up to Quebec, northeast of Montreal, heading up to Bécancour. And, when you go empty, they like to play 20 questions with you. They ask you a lot of questions. And one of the things they asked me is like, okay, so have you ever been arrested? And my response, of course, is, oh, yeah, all kinds of times. Yeah. And they were like, what's all kinds of times? I was like, I don't know, like 7, 8 times. I don't know, something like that. What for? Traffic. Forgot about court dates. Oh, okay. So you not been Arrested for anything else major? No. So, never been to prison? No. Okay. And this is where it got interesting. The guy Googled me. Yeah, he straight up Googled me. He was like, the HoHo show, looked at the thing, looked at my photograph, looked back at the thing. He's like, yeah, that's most definitely you. What the heck is the HoHo show? So I had to explain it to him. I'm like, wow, that's hilarious. Daryl and friends are watching too. That is awesome. Good to hear. Welcome, everybody. I'm hoping my chat winders are all like, Mr. Walters over there in Facebook land. Good to see you, sir. I'm hoping all my chat winders are like up and going. It shows that I got people a little bit of everywhere. So chime in, say hi. I'm hoping I see everything, because I know sometimes like Periscope doesn't like to, work on the chat thing. I don't know why. I think the other ones are usually good, but I don't know. But welcome, anyway. So we're going to go ahead and take like a quick break before we really get into the crux of everything. And then on the flip side, when we get back, we're going to play my new promo. And you guys are going to be able to listen to that.
God help us.
And it's going to be good times. But first, because of the epidemic, let's start off with this one. Have you ever sat down on your throne just to find out that you are dangerously low on shift tickets, making it to where you have to make a mad dash to the store just to pick yourself up some? Which you can't do right now. If this has ever happened to you, pick up the #1 most rated toilet paper found in Uranus and use what the professionals use. Angel Soft. See, I'm just not a fan of some toilet paper. Some of them it's like putting a pillow between your nice rosy. Others, like John Wayne toilet paper, it's like using sandpaper. But do what the professionals use. Use the type of toilet paper that is the Goldilocks of brands, Angel Soft. Available wherever toilet paper is sold. Do you love your occasional Mexican dish or your musical fruit? Are you tired of walking by family members and crop dusting them? Well, if this has ever happened to you, might I introduce you to Tampons brand butt plugs. Tampons brand butt plugs is that particular type of butt plug that allows you to walk in public in confidence knowing that you're not going to accidentally crop dust somebody. Tampons brand butt plugs now with the plastic applicator.
Not just for women anymore.
Tampons brand butt plugs. Now, you see, guys, there's a very important line I forgot to add in there. And that was, beware of sneezing or Tampons brand butt plugs will turn into a projectile device. It's very important. You got to know these things. You can poke somebody's eye out. And that was going to be the line.
Shoot somebody's eye out.
Exactly. I mean, it can happen. I mean, so, and yeah, there's something wrong with me. Daryl in Facebook chat goes, WTF, HoHo. I know. I'm sorry. So yeah, and that brings us to the topic of the day. The coronavirus outbreak. And guys, I went to Walmart last night.
Right.
Have you been to Walmart recently?
No.
Yeah, well, I went, and I got to be honest with you, I was scared. I did not go over to the toilet paper aisle because I was like, I just don't want to lose that much faith in humanity.
It's scary enough going to Walmart with you on a regular day, let alone what's going on.
Okay, this is true.
Yes.
I accept that. I accept that wholeheartedly. So same goes. You can't keep a straight face. I know. Dave over there in YouTube. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, things have been kind of crazy, man. It's been, work, a lot of not a lot of days off and a lot of running around. So, but good to see you, sir. Good to see you. So yeah, with this whole, and I got to be honest with you guys. I don't understand why. Okay, let me rewind this a little bit. I get why there's no hand sanitizer and stuff of that nature. I accept that. Okay. I get that. I can understand that. But who in the heck made the correlation between coronavirus and toilet paper? You can mention the attack of the loose deuce. Exactly. I actually thought about including that in there somewhere whenever I did the whole tampons, brand butt plugs. but that's what Depends are for. And that's going to be one of my other promos that I do. And it is going to be tied into the attack of the loose deuce, just so you know. So, but yeah, I don't understand the correlation. I mean, does coronavirus give you exploding diarrhea and you just need a butt ton of toilet paper? And yeah, I use butt plug as a proper unit of measure. A butt ton. I mean, is there a correlation?
I haven't confirmed this, but I've heard from other people that China, there's the factories that toilet paper is made of that we use are in China, which doesn't surprise me because everything we get anymore is made in China.
Right.
So they have the major outbreak there. So their fear is that there will be a shortage of production to get back to the U.S. I haven't confirmed that if that's accurate, but if it is, I mean, it does make sense.
Well, oops. Hold on.
Wrong button.
No, that was the right button. I just forgot to turn off that little, scrolly thing. That's amazing. But there is something that I did hear, and a lot of people in China considering the coronavirus, they're not able to, go to work. So production has definitely been slowed down. And, I actually bought something. I don't see any of it in here. I mean, I bought something not that long ago, and I got one of them, because I love them poppy thingies, the rolls of the poppy bubble poppy.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. Yeah. Thank you. Holy crap.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you. Got my back, man. You got my back. So, Sam goes, love the Trump doll. That's right. Ooh, dude, Trump talks. Squeeze, shake his hand because he likes his. See, he talks too. Trump's amazing. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I got the poppy thingies, and I seen this thing on there, and they were like, beware of the poppy thingy because them poppy thingies come from China, and there might be coronavirus. And I'm like, it was funny though. I had to laugh, And they actually did, and like I said, guys, we're going to talk about some numbers here, okay? Because these numbers are really important with the coronavirus, with the with everything is what's being said. These numbers are important, okay? And I heard a correlation between, in how China handled coronavirus, a correlation between how Russia handled Chernobyl. Mm-hmm. And at first, whenever I heard this, I was like, okay, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that's like, comparing Trump to Hitler. I'm like, that's just retarded. So, but I listened to it and I was like, okay, I'm following along what they're saying and where they're going with this. I can understand the correlation. And it's because, with Russia and Chernobyl, they didn't really talk about it. I mean, it was all about covering it up, making it sound not that bad, keeping the people quiet, and just containing the situation. And it wasn't until it affected other people in other areas that they kind of had to come clean with what happened. Right. They were found out. Same thing went with coronavirus. It wasn't until it was found out that China didn't start coming clean with what had happened. So I was like, okay, am I the only one on Mixer? It actually looks like it. Yes. And welcome, by the way. Welcome. All right. So let's go ahead and cover some of the numbers, because I looked this up and I was looking at a graph between these different, viruses and outbreaks. Okay, I'm sure you guys have heard of the swine flu or the H1N1, COVID-19 or the coronavirus, SARS, MERS, and Ebola. Okay. And they put all these up on a side-by-side comparison with a graph as far as how many days out with how many people infected. Okay. And 43 days out, definitely coronavirus was the most infectious of all those I listed: swine, corona, SARS, MERS, and Ebola. Okay. Most infectious. You expand that out to 243 days, swine flu was like, holy crap, with like 60,000 people infected. Okay. Now, those numbers sound horrible. And I do believe with those numbers, we are at like what, 43,100 something right now?
Sounds accurate.
Yeah. And actually, the most recent numbers I heard that has gone up, we're actually closer to like 80,000 people worldwide infected with coronavirus. Now, granted, again, those numbers sound horrible. They sound bad. And by itself, it is. But if what you're looking at isn't just infectious, being an infectious disease, but in fatality rate, then you got a whole nother picture. Okay. Now, these digits I'm going to give you is people infected versus how many people died from the infection and that percentage rate. Okay. Coronavirus is the second to the least fatality rate, deadly, with all those mentioned. Okay. And I'm going to read these off in order from least infectious to most infectious. All right. So you got the swine flu, which had a fatality rate of 0.01 to 0.08%. It's pretty stinking low. Coronavirus, 2.3% fatality rate. SARS, 9.6% fatality rate. MERS, 35% mortality rate. I'm having a hard time speaking. And Ebola with a 90% fatality rate. Now, what's the takeaway from this? You might get it. Sure. It's not a death sentence. It's really not.
No.
And that's the takeaway from this. Is it possible? Yeah. It's here. Oh, yeah. It's in Illinois. There's like, a handful of, you gave me a number just a little while ago. How many people are infected in Illinois right now?
I think the number for Illinois was in the 40s or 60s. I can't remember without looking.
Right. So,
3 just in central Illinois.
Right. Yeah. Because we've got them pretty close to us, don't we?
Right.
So, it's here, it's everywhere, but it's not a death sentence, guys. And that's the takeaway. That's what I want you guys to know and understand. It's not a death sentence. It's got a 2.3% mortality rate. And what it, do you remember, are aware of basically the people whom are in danger with the coronavirus?
Most of them are the elderly and younger children. And that goes with basically any of these diseases that come out every year is the same thing. The influenza B right now is killing more people than coronavirus. I think it was in the around 60-some thousand worldwide this past season. More people die of that than what's going to happen for a corona outbreak.
Exactly. So, but it's elderly. It's people whom already have,
weakened immune systems.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Yeah.
Weakened immune system, people who have respiratory issues.
But that's for all these diseases. It's not just corona. That's what people have to remember. Any virus, any disease can, if you're elderly or have a weakened immune system, is going to kill you off potentially just as bad as the other one. It's just the way it is. Right.
So again, guys, pandemic, yeah. But I tell you what, though, I did listen to, I didn't watch. I listened to the presser that Trump did with all those other people. And I tell you what, it was pretty stinking awesome. Okay. I was impressed with what was set up there. The fact that, you've got, excuse me, you got CVS, you have Walgreens, you had Walmart, you had these other bio companies talking about what they're going to do, how they're going to help the situation, because it is something that we do need to come together. And that's one thing that's great about Americans, America, yeah, coming again to save day. Yeah. So there's something wrong with me. Exactly. Exactly. But you just totally made me lose my train of thought. That was amazing. Good job, sir. That was great. That was great. So what was I talking about? I don't even know. We was talking coronavirus.
He's talking about the press conference that Trump did. That was amazing.
Right, yeah. So you have all these different, thank you, good, Ray for the save. Yeah. Crowd goes wild. Do I have that? I don't have that. I ain't got that. Dude, I do have that as a, you know what? Hold on a second. I got that as a soundbite somewhere. It's in here. Come on, man. Open up.
Finisher.
So there we go. And great press conference, because here's the thing though. When government gets their hands into it, what did the House do? Whenever they were talking, the coronavirus, we're going to help people act. Trump didn't like it. A lot of other people didn't like it. Why? Because instead of focusing on the problem, the issue, and how to fix it, they decided they were going to put a bunch of other things in there that didn't have anything to do with the coronavirus.
Exactly.
Just because they didn't think they could get it done any other way. And they can virtue signal by forcing the Republicans to actually agree to this, even though it's a horrible freaking law.
Right.
What did the liberals do? What did Democrats do? They politicized it.
Yep.
A bad deal. What did the president do? In contrast, he's a pragmatic. There are people that I'm friends with that could definitely understand that. His view, his goal, his process, his mission that was impossible, and he chose to accept it. Ha. Anyway. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Bomb. So yeah, Trump said we have enough test kits, didn't he? He didn't necessarily say that we had enough, but he said that they're working on it, and I think within the next several months, like 5 million.
I'm not sure of the numbers. I've heard it, but I can't recall.
Right. I mean, he did it, and I would definitely recommend, Julius, I definitely recommend checking out that press conference. Just if you don't want to watch the rigmarole and the rhetoric, but the main thing, and it might have been one of the questions that he addressed that, but he did talk about, how many that they have available, and these are like getting released very, very soon. Part of the problem was some of the regulations that were in place that was keeping those from going to market. Right. And that's one of the things that he did was suspend some of those regulations in order to have a quicker response on some of the testings and things like that in order to take care of the problem. And also, partnered with, like I've already said, some of these companies, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, some of these bio places, and Google. In fact, why my finger won't stick to my thumb, I have no idea. Anyway, something wrong with me in there.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So, with Google, like actually making an app for, like questionnaire type of a thing on whether or not you should get, tested, and I agree to that to an extent. For the simple fact is, if these things are, they cost money to make, they cost time to produce, and you've got to do it. You got to be responsible with what you got. To the more problematic areas, the more susceptible people, they need to be tested first. Obviously, this is common sense stuff, So, he said I didn't watch it. I just remember before the conference, he said that, yeah, lick my thumb, that'd make it stick better. It might.
Do you know where that thumb's been, though? Too late.
Crap. I got soap. I washed my hand. Yeah, lick my thumb. That was a bad idea.
Did you see where even the governor of California was giving praise to Trump, which was an amazing,
right? He said
way out there type thing.
Yeah, he said, we're doing, he's doing a good job. He's his response was a measured, good response. That was, I got to admit, I was kind of surprised to hear that come from the man, especially whenever you take into consideration, and I think this was California.
Yes.
That they were talking about suspending using hotels and confiscating them to house quarantine people under quarantine.
Yeah, I haven't heard that part, but it doesn't surprise me.
I'm pretty sure that was California. And of which case it's like, dude, I mean, I understand it. I get it, but at the same time, what the government needs to be doing is using state facilities, state parks, state-run places instead of forcing, a business to relinquish control of their place and just do that. Now, I mean, granted, if a business wants to do that, for the sake of benefit of people, if they want to do that, great. But for government to force their hand, that I don't agree with. That's sacrificing freedom. What
right.
Part of the Constitution says that it's okay to suspend the Constitution for the sake of a sickness? I mean, I know David Draymond, he's down with the sickness. He ain't got coronavirus. I saw that meme. Sorry.
And that brings you to Edgar County, Illinois, Champaign-Urbana area.
Hold on. Sam put on here, they could use Alcatraz. The Rock. That was an amazing movie.
Yes.
Yeah, they could use places like that, So, I mean, I don't like the idea of them using private property to house people. I would only assume that there's going to be some type of a monetary, a monetary thing given to them, some sort of, there's a word I'm looking for,
compensation.
Yes, monetary compensation for that. You would think that they would do that, but yeah. No, I'm sorry. What was you saying?
He was talking about government overreach during this crisis. Edgar County, Illinois, the Champaign-Urbana area. The Champaign mayor declared a state of emergency, but her provision was also the right to ban sales of alcohol, guns, ammo, and the right to seize property. Exactly.
Again, you have, people, the left, let's just face it, because the majority of that kind of thing, and not only, the Republicans aren't, free of that as well, because I'm sure they do that type of thing too, but, seizing personal property, using it as a right to grab people's guns, using something like this that may sound good just to grab people's guns.
Yep.
I don't agree with that kind of crap. I just don't. It's not right.
So they're going to also do a Katrina type thing and put people in stadiums and
locking people up, shutting
the sports are not going on.
Mm-hmm, shutting down the shutting down internet to where people can't even talk to their family member and friends who live in other places to raise public awareness over the violations that are going on to human rights.
I have a question for you about all this.
I might have an answer.
All right. What's your thought on this? Could you imagine right now, instead of Trump being president during this pandemic, if it was Hillary Clinton?
I'm glad you asked that because during swine flu, 253 days into it, 60,000 people infected. Granted, a very low, negligible fatality rate, but you still have a huge amount of infection going on. Who was president during that time frame?
Obama.
Exactly. What was the public outcry on that?
None.
Exactly.
Toilet paper wasn't flying off the shelves either. But could you imagine the tricks and shenanigans she would have pulled during this time?
Honestly, I would have to disagree with you and go none, because if it was Hillary Clinton in office, there would not be the mass hysteria created by mainstream media.
That's true. I have to correct myself. Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, that's why I pointed out, swine flu back in 2010. What happened? Not a lot. There was no public outcry. There was no pandemic. There was no, anything happened from that. It really wasn't until it was on the decline that they even acknowledged that, this was actually kind of bad. Maybe we might have should have done something, but with with what we had available to us, we did fine. And no public outcry.
Right.
The mainstream media was, I don't want to say silent about it, but again, there was no outcry,
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else we got? I think we pretty well beat this into, submission.
Well, as we talked off air too, they're worried about spring coming and tick season coming, because then if that happens, if this doesn't go away by then, they're going to have to deal with corona with Lyme disease.
Right. And I mean, last time I checked and went to a bar, that was a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, I just said that. But I mean, if you do get the coronavirus and you are in fear of what may happen, just remember there is something you can take that will cure whatever ails you. Have you ever had an ailment that a normal over-the-counter remedy just couldn't fight? If this is the case, then boy, have I got the solution for you. Tussin. That's right, Tussin. Cough? Tussin. Cold? Tussin. Runny nose? Tussin. Itchy watery eyes? Tussin. Broken leg? Tussin. Coronavirus? Tussin is the ultimate cure-all, guaranteed to stop anything that ails you. Tussin. Available wherever OTCs are sold. There you go, guys. Just get some Tussin, some ibuprofen, and some socks, and you got this. Tussin.
I do have another question for you.
I have an answer.
Since you're in your profession, if they're talking about restricting travel even further, domestic travel,
right?
How is that going to affect?
It won't.
Your business.
It won't. The aspect of it that will affect, my industry. I'm a truck driver. And the aspect of this that will affect it is the fact that there are places, and in fact, Walmart shut down a DC. I heard about that. That's an aspect that will affect the industry. However, it's they'll shut schools down. Sure. They'll shut sporting events down. Absolutely. They shut trucks down. No, they ain't going to do that. People are dead within 72 hours. They can't do that. I mean, you think the store shelves are bad now?
Right.
Shut the trucks down. Because this isn't like it was back in the day. We live in a POS society. Okay? Stock is replenished by point of sale numbers. As it goes off, one is put in a truck to go to the store and go back on. That's how most things are done.
Right.
There's not big stocks of things in warehouses anymore. So, it's not going to affect us, just for the simple fact is they can't. I mean, they really can't. I mean, it would shut down the country, and it would be way worse than what we're seeing now with tissue paper and and Sam put in there, she's wondered the same thing about travel and trucks. I mean, travel, sure. They may restrict travel. They might do that. And in fact, there has been talks about, restricting that. But as far as trucks goes, that's not really feasible for the operations of the country. It's just not feasible. It'd be a bad deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Got anything else? Do y'all's out there have any other any other questions? You know, anything you guys like to ask, curious about, a point you want to make, bring up to us, and enlighten us. So if you have any of that, definitely put that in there. So let's move on to another topic.
We're still waiting for people to name the sloth.
Yeah,
by the way,
we need a name. We need a name for sloth. You know.
So if you have a name, an idea, type it in, call in, give us some names before the show's over, and we'll see what he ends up with.
Yeah, I've not named him. I really haven't. I've not gotten that far. You know. So let's see. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and when we return, you know, we'll play something else. We'll talk about something else. Yeah, we'll do that. Do you work at any of the myriad of jobs where you might have to sit on your bum all day? Well, if so, maybe you know what it's like to suffer from the condition known as swamp ass. Well, if so, have I got the solution for you?
Anti-monkey butt powder.
That's right.
Anti-monkey butt powder.
You can use it indoors, outdoors, work or play, or on any occasion when you sit on your bum all day. Don't let your buns get red. Use anti-monkey butt powder instead. Available wherever anti-friction powder is sold. Yeah, there's something wrong with me. Do you love your occasional Mexican dish or your musical fruit? Are you tired of walking by family members and crop dusting them? Well, if this has ever happened to you, might I introduce you to Tampons brand butt plugs. Tampons brand butt plugs is that particular type of butt plug that allows you to walk in public in confidence knowing that you're not going to accidentally crop dust somebody. Tampons brand butt plugs now with the plastic applicator.
Not just for women anymore.
Tampons brand butt plugs. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. We really ain't got anything more. You know, I mean, really not. I mean, it's, you know, looking at news and looking at everything going on. I mean, who really wants to talk about, you know, stuff that happened several weeks back with, you know, the impeachment gate and everything else? Who really cares? Nobody does.
One thing I forgot to mention, if I can, the way you're talking about how everybody's reacting to the pandemic, the craziness that's going on. Mm-hmm. You know, this is just a small sampling of what could happen during an EMP event.
Oh yeah,
that we've talked about. I mean, if people are going back crazy over this, how much more are they going to go back crazy over a more huge event?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, it just makes you wonder. Mm-hmm. You know, they're stuck up on the Twinkies.
Oh yeah, because that's guaranteed to survive a nuclear attack. You know,
Yes.
that yellow dye number 5 is amazing stuff. But I did read an article that I do want to show y'all's, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. This article comes from Engadget, and Windows 10 built-in Linux kernel will be available to everyone soon. Now, guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm a fan of Linux. For several years, I used a Linux-based operating system, Ubuntu, which stands for community, and I loved it. In fact, the only reason why I went away from Windows and away from Linux and went back to Windows is for this, because the programs that I needed, there really wasn't comparable programs to use with Linux, so I had to go back to Windows. That's the only reason why. If it wasn't for hiccups, I hate hiccups. Y'all ever have hiccups? They suck.
Especially when it's a hiccup and a fart mixed together.
Oh, dude, I have had a hiccafart burp,
Oh boy.
or a hiccup fart, or a hiccabart.
Hiccabart?
Yeah,
A
a
hiccabart?
hiccabart. I had a hiccabart once, and dude, that hurts. And especially whenever you mix that with the sneeze, whew. Your body's just doing all kinds of things. There's a lot going on in there, and you got to take a break. I tell you what, you got to. Your body just shuts down for a while. You got to sit down.
Does your heart stop for like a millisecond? And
Oh yeah, your heart stops. Because you got gas going this way, you got gas going that way. You've got a sneeze going on, and you're trying to hiccup at the same time. It's just, guys, it's horrible. It is hard on the system. But anyway, Linux on Windows 10. I thought that was pretty cool. It's got to be a developer type of a thing, but they do actually say, or at least according to this, article right here, that it's going to be available to like basically everybody. So I'm like, awesome. I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens with this and how much integration they actually use on it. And that's why I'm excited. In all honesty, that's why I'm excited. I'm a Linux fan. I like Linux. So if Windows is now using a Linux kernel in its operating system, you're looking at way more integration between the two software types. That's pretty awesome. As a computer geek nerd type person, I'm excited.
well, if they're using the kernel, it's finger looking good.
That's right. Because, Cluck, I can't say that. Cluck F chicken. I had a buddy of mine tell me, he's like, dude, they got chicken, or like, no, they had something. And I was like, it's KFC? He's like, no, but they're together. I'm like, oh. That's different. I actually went into where was I? You guys have heard of Tobuscus, right? The whole nugget in a biscuit. Chicken nugget, biscuit, nugget in a biscuit. So I did that thing, and I went into a place, and I think it was like a Hearted or something, and they had like the nugget, the chicken biscuit sandwich, so I ordered one of those, and I ordered it with some mashed potatoes, and then you got to dip the mashed potato covered chicken nugget biscuit in the barbecue sauce, but they didn't have mashed potatoes. I was disappointed I couldn't order that. I mean, I ordered it, I just couldn't get it. I was like,
Wow.
tears.
Wow.
It was absolutely horrible. It made me want to. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Now I'm hungry.
Right?
Yes.
Dude. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Hey,
I like.
what kind of upcoming things do you got planned?
Like.
Movie reviews coming out, or
Oh, yeah.
anything?
Yeah. And hopefully, really, really soon, things at work are supposed to be going to some semblance of a normalcy again. We're hoping. That's what the hope process is. And yeah, so yeah, good stuff. Good stuff on the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking, before your big work rush.
Before the hiatus.
Yeah, before the hiatus about the Jack Ryan series. And you watched for the first time. We sat down and watched for the first time one of the first Jack Ryan's, The Hunt for Red October.
Right, because I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, and all kinds of characters in their younger years.
Oh yeah, that was pretty neat. I still have yet to check out the series because isn't it Netflix that actually has a Jack Ryan series? I don't remember if it's Netflix, Hulu, or Prime. One of those guys. You know, they got a Jack Ryan series out. Tom Clancy, very good stuff. I will be checking those out again because there's more of those that you just got to watch them. So all right, you know what, guys? 43 minutes into this, we're going to call it good.
In 4 hours and 17 minutes.
No.
We still have to name the guy, the sloth. Does anybody have any ideas?
No names in there.
No names?
Nope, no names. So we'll wait till next time when y'all come up with a name. We'll name him. We'll name him on the show. It'll be great.
Yes, Mr. President.
What did he say?
I don't know. What did you say, sir?
That's something different. All right, guys. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for participating. Very, very awesome. Good time, guys. So you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Good night. Sleep tight. And until bed bugs bite, bite them back. And use tussin.
Wash your hands.
Maybe. This has been The HoHo Show. For more information, you can head to thehohoshow.com. And for the merchandise store, you can head on over to stinkpickle.com. That is stinkpickle.com. Until next time.